What's up guys, my name is Ace, and one of the big features that I always look forward to with Infinity Ward Call of Duty games is the Specialist Strike package. And after seeing the new style of a perk system that they introduced with Modern Warfare 2 based on the beta, I'm a little bit concerned that we may not be seeing Specialists this time around. Now just a quick explanation, because I know there's often people that are brand new to the franchise that aren't familiar with some of the features of previous games. With the Specialist Strike package, you can substitute earning kill streaks or score streaks, and instead earn perks as you go on a streak in a single life. So on a 2 kill streak, you earn a perk, on a 4 kill streak, you earn another perk, on a 6 kill streak, you earn a third perk, and then when you get to an 8 kill streak, you get your Specialist bonus, which gives you all of the perks in the game, or at least all of the perks that can be applied like in the middle of a life to a character. And of course, it is worth mentioning, just like kill streaks and score streaks, if you die, it resets this and you have to do it all over again. So that's how it works, and as far as I can remember, this has been in every single Infinity Ward Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 3, although in Ghosts it was a little bit watered down where you couldn't earn all the perks in the game, but there was still a Specialist Strike package there. And like I said, based on what we saw in the beta with this new style of a perk system that they implemented, I'm feeling quite doubtful that they're going to be bringing Specialists into the game. Now, of course, at this point, none of this is confirmed. I could be wrong, and I hope that I'm wrong here. I hope we do see Specialists. But just looking at how they've structured perks now, where you have your base perks that you have immediately when you spawn in a match, and then you have your bonus perk, which is your second tier perk, and that one you earn after a little bit of time and score has passed in the match, and then you have your ultimate perk, which is earned a little bit later on, and that's your third tier of perk. With that style of a system, I think it would be quite difficult to integrate Specialists into that, because then what would stop players from earning those bonus and ultimate perks much earlier in the match than they're supposed to if they could just get them through a Specialist bonus? If I start the match off and go on an 8 kill streak, I suddenly have all the perks in the game, including the bonus and ultimate perks, whereas anybody else only has 2 basic perks at that point. And that, I feel, wouldn't necessarily be balanced with how the current perk system is. I think that would be too much of a leg up, or at least Infinity Ward would see it that way. And I feel like they'd want to avoid that. It really seems like they don't want to let higher skilled players have too many tools at their disposal. They don't want to let them gain too many advantages over average to lower skilled players. And it seems like a lot of their design philosophy is focused on that. And therefore, like I said, I don't see how they would be properly implementing Specialist into the game with this perk system. Now, if we had a more traditional perk system where you didn't have to charge up for your bonus perk or your ultimate perk, I think this wouldn't be a problem anymore, because then somebody that earns a Specialist bonus right away at the beginning of the match, they wouldn't have as much of an advantage if everybody else at least had their bonus and ultimate perk all ready to go from the beginning of the match, just like we're used to seeing in Call of Duty. So I think this is yet another flaw with the perk system that they introduced in the Modern Warfare 2 beta. And I know I've been bringing this up a fair amount with my feedback videos, but I do feel it is a fairly important thing to be mentioning. The introduction of this new perk system where you have to charge up for your bonus and your ultimate perk in a match and you don't spawn with it immediately when the match starts, I still don't see any upside to this, and I feel like this is throwing a wrench into so many established systems and messing with things that didn't need messing with. I don't feel like this adds anything to the gameplay experience, whereas I do feel like it's taking away from the gameplay in many areas, including the issues here with potentially implementing a Specialist Strike package in the game. Now, assuming they were to just scrap this charge time entirely, I think this Specialist system would work just fine. I went through all of the perks in the game here, and I honestly don't think it would be a huge issue to have some players in the match that go on a streak having every one of these perks unlocked at once. With the mention, of course, that they now can't earn kill streaks or score streaks in the match, so they might have all the perks, but they're not dropping a Juggernaut or a Chopper Gunner on your head. Another thing I was thinking, if they really insist on keeping these charge times for perks, is what if they just made it so Specialist bonus only gave you the basic perks? But then when I look at that, as nice as that might be to have a little bit of a boost there, I don't think anybody would be choosing Specialist over earning kill streaks in the game. I guess another way they could handle it and try to force it into this system is still keep the same charge time criteria in the game. So perhaps they could make it for the first 3 perks that you unlock at every 2 kills, those can only be basic perks. And then when you get your Specialist bonus, you do get all the perks in the game, but only if you have that tier charged up. So if I get a great route at the beginning, I start my match off with an 8 kill streak right away, and we'll just say I've charged my bonus perk up, but I haven't charged my ultimate perk up yet. Perhaps hold back all those ultimate perks in that life until that charge time has elapsed, and then once it has, then award me with all of the ultimate perks because I'm on that streak, assuming I can maintain that streak. So I just wanted to point out that it's not necessarily impossible for them to fit a specialist system in with this style of a perk system. I just feel it makes things unnecessarily complicated, and I don't know if they're going to bother trying to fit that in if it is going to be a complicated process compared to previous years where it was pretty simple for them to add the specialist bonus, and it was actually balanced quite well, at least in my opinion. I think it's totally fair to give up the ability to earn any kill streaks in the game and instead earn perks for yourself. It definitely makes you much more powerful as a player, but at the end of the day, you still have the same health as everybody else, so you can still be melted instantly if you get caught off guard or something. And all your kills you still have to be getting with your gun, unlike kill streaks where you can just call that in and it's getting free kills for you. And one of the main things I really like about Specialist is it changes how you approach the gameplay. It provides an extra layer of gameplay experience for you, where maybe you get bored of earning just standard kill streaks, and you want to try to make yourself into that super soldier by earning your Specialist bonus. That's a lot of fun. That changes the way that you approach things in the game, and it's something that I was really missing throughout Vanguard's life cycle. I think that's something that would have really hooked me back into that game, and I would have put in way more hours if they had that specialist bonus there, because I love that different approach to the gameplay. And I'm just really worried with Modern Warfare 2. It seems like they're stripping a lot of the features and items that we've had access to in most other Call of Duty games. It seems like they're trying to strip a lot of that back and get rid of it. And in many cases, I'm not even really seeing good reasoning behind that. I don't know why they'd be eliminating a lot of these features that many players absolutely love in the game. Now, of course, like I said at the beginning, this isn't confirmed. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe they are still going to be bringing Specialists into the game. Maybe they'll find a way to bring it in, make sure it's balanced properly with the way they're handling the perk system. But the more I look at this new style of a perk system, as well as a lot of the design philosophy it seems like they're following when it comes to Modern Warfare 2, I am feeling very doubtful that Specialists will return, and that does worry me quite a bit. Like I said, it's one thing that I really look forward to with every Infinity Ward Call of Duty game, and it's something that the other studios are usually pretty hit or miss on. That's always been something I could rely on being in Infinity Ward games, and I'm not so confident it's going to be there this time around. But I guess we'll just have to wait for launch to see what they end up doing with this. And of course, these are all just my opinions, and I want to hear what you guys are thinking about this in those comments down below. First up, I do want to hear your general opinion on the Specialist Strike Package in previous Call of Duty games. Do you like the Specialist Strike Package? Do you like what it adds to the game? Or do you not like it? Do you think everybody should instead just use standard kill streaks or score streaks? And then, what do you guys think about having Specialist in Modern Warfare 2? Do you hope that they bring it back in some capacity? Do you hope they either alter the perk system to make the Specialist Strike Package work, or just try to squeeze the Specialist Strike Package in somehow with the current system? Or would you prefer if they just get rid of Specialists entirely from the game? Just let me know all of those thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.